It's day 5. The day starts quietly at Aumont-Aubrac with a traditional Camino breakfast, simple yet comforting. On the Camino breakfast is often just coffee and a toast with butter and jam, sometimes some homemade pastry or a piece of fresh fruit. It's not much, but it's enough to get us on the way. And yes, I do miss having eggs for breakfast, but we're in France and this is a very typical French breakfast. Today I decided to have a short day, only 16 kilometers ahead. Yesterday was a big day, 28. So today I decided to cut it a bit short and at the same time stay off stages. Once again, I come to a realization that I prefer to stay off stages and avoid those bigger villages because the places there are more on the commercial side, not as cozy, they don't have the same touch as little private places do. Last night was probably the quietest night on this Camino. We were 5 in the room and it was quite quiet, but I couldn't sleep. I don't know why, I could not sleep. So today I'm running on je ne sais pas quoi. I slept maybe barely for 3 hours. So a short day today is gonna do good. I met this wonderful lady yesterday and we talked very briefly, a few minutes, and then I just went ahead and I didn't see her. And actually last night it was a huge day. We walked for 29 kilometers and at the end of the day I was thinking about her and I thought, oh, probably I will never see her again because I didn't expect them to do so many kilometers, but there they are. I met them on the road today and I just asked her to say something wise, a wise message. And she read her poem. She writes, she does poetry. Qu'est-ce que tu veux que je te dise? Je sais pas, une petite
sagesse. Cadeau du temps, qui comme le vent entonne un chant, chant de la vie, qui danse et rit. Il dit merci, je suis vivant, rire d'un enfant, soleil levant, et l'or du temps, bouge dans l'instant, tu trouveras, si tu es vivant, le cadeau du temps. C'est simplement d'être vivant. Voilà.
C'est beau.
C'est de moi.
Ah oui, c'est très beau. And then when I turned the camera off, she said, okay, now you give me your wise word. And I said, well, my wise message would be that it's us, that it's you who creates your own life. Everything comes from within. You have your colors, the paints of any color, and you can paint your life in any color you want. You can create the life you want, and it all comes within. And voilà. Sometimes it's like this after the rain. Yeah, you can't cross.
Non.
I'm asking myself why. In Canada it's super warm, 30 degrees, and I'm here under the rain walking with a huge backpack on my back in the mud like this. Why am I here? What am I doing here? Yes, today drizzles all day, and at one point I can't help but complain. But that's just a moment, a fleeting frustration. The truth is, even on days like this, the Camino has a way of reminding you why you're here. The rain, as inconvenient as it feels, becomes part of the journey, soothing, cleansing, and grounding. It's in these moments of discomfort that you realize the deeper meaning of the walk. And this drizzle did not ruin my day at all. It became the backdrop for some of the most beautiful conversations I've had so far. First, I walked with Monique, a kind and insightful woman, and then the rest of my day was spent walking with Laurent, a priest I first met at my very first Gîte 5 days ago. Our paths have crossed many times since, and today, on his last day walking the Camino, I made it a point to walk by his side. We talked about life, faith, and the little lessons the Camino offers if you're open to seeing them. Laurent has such a calming presence. It's as if every word he speaks carries wisdom. Saying goodbye felt bittersweet, but I'm grateful for the time we shared.
Et ce chemin nous aide aussi à revoir qu'est-ce qu'il faut.
This journey
changer
helps us
de
to
notre
reflect
vie,
on
qu'est-ce
what
qu'il faut
needs to
prendre
change
sur-
in
qu'est-ce
our
qui,
lives,
a
what
plus
we
de
need to take
valeur pour
seriously,
nous
and
dans-
what holds
dans
true
notre vie.
value for us.
Voilà, je pense que
I
c'est
find that very
très
meaningful.
intéressant.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'on met en valeur dans la vie?
And what do we truly value in life?
Moi, pour
For me,
moi,
it's happiness.
c'est d'être
It's
heureux.
essential to be happy.
Voilà, il faut être heureux. Et puis prendre ce chemin, c'est aussi
Walking this path
un
is
peu
also about being
être
close
proche de
to
la
nature,
nature,
feeling
être
free,
beaucoup plus
not
libre,
bound
ne pas
by
être
anything or anyone.
empêché par quelque chose ou bien être esclave de quelqu'un,
To be
être
free.
libre.
That's
Voilà
the
le
word
mot,
that sums it up.
qui peut me résumer tout. Être un peu libre quand même, se détacher de tout.
It's about detaching ourselves from everything, being closer to the nature the Lord has created and gifted us.
De cette nature-là,
And
tu-
through this
tu
connection
peux
with nature, you can
imaginer
imagine
quelque
so
chose
much,
demain,
like
comment
what
se fera
tomorrow
ma vie,
might bring
comment est-ce que je vais-
or how
je vais
you'll
reprendre.
start anew.
C'est très
This freedom
important
is very
pour moi.
important to me.
Oui, c'est
It's a
une
free
liberté. Il
gift
faut pas-
the Lord
c'est
has
gratuit,
given us.
c'est un don
He
gratuit que
oversees
le
it, but
Seigneur
we
nous a
shouldn't
donné.
waste it.
Et
Il
laisser
faut
le
pas-
contrôle. Hein?
Voilà. Il faut
C'est
pas,
important.
il faut pas gaspiller cette liberté, mais faire quelque chose
We should
de
use
bien
it to do good
pour
for
soi-même
ourselves
et
and
aussi
for
pour
those
ceux qui
around
sont
us,
autour
bringing
de
them
moi,
joy,
qui trouvent
the
cette
joy
joie,
of being
la joie
happy
d'être
in
heureux
this
dans ce
world.
monde. Voilà.
Merci.
C'est ce que je peux dire. Merci beaucoup.
That's
Toi
all I can
aussi
say.
de te rencontrer.
Thank you very much.
Oui,
It was a
oui,
pleasure
merci.
to meet you
Okay.
truly.
Et le chemin continue.
And so the
Bonjour.
path continues
Adios.
always.
Au
Bon
revoir.
chemin.
Buen camino. And just like that, I arrive at La Rose de l'Aubrac, our Gîte for tonight, and continue with the pilgrim routine, which is shower and getting ready for dinner. And before dinner, I chat with Caroline, the owner of the Gîte, who shares stories about the region of Aubrac, from the best times to visit to little-known secrets about the area. And it's clear that this place has a unique charm that goes beyond what we see on the surface.
Ah ouais, c'est une région qui est assez...
This is a region with a lot of character, l'Aubrac. This plateau has a strong personality. Each season here is very distinct and well defined. In autumn, there are beautiful colors. In winter, it's covered in snow. There's still a lot of snow here, one of the few places in France where snow is still abundant. And spring is magnificent. It's a region full of character and attracts a lot of tourism. It's not just pilgrims. There are many festivals and events happening. There's so much to see and do. So you have to come back another time.
Donc faut revenir une autre fois.
The day felt like it passed in a flash, but it was filled with moments I'll carry with me long after I leave this place. Day 5 reminded me of the power of connection and the beauty of slowing down. And tomorrow, another chapter begins. Day 6 on Camino Le Puy. We've done over 100 kilometers from Le Puy. Today is a big day, 26. We decided to take advantage of the good weather today, and since it's gonna rain tomorrow is gonna be a shorter day. So today we're going to stop at Saint-Chély-d'Aubrac. It's 8:30 a.m. and the backpack, first thing in the morning, the backpack feels very heavy. Today we'll live in Plateau Aubrac, the flats, and we're changing regions today. It's my favorite weather. It's my favorite time to walk the Camino. Fresh, quiet, peaceful. That's my favorite setup. My favorite type of views. My favorite ambiance. It feels calm, cozy. There's nowhere to rush. Oh, you just have a road in front of you, a beautiful road, beautiful views to look at. What else can you ask for? Maybe a cup of coffee. The Camino provides and gives you whatever you specifically need. Camino gives you the challenges that you need to go through. Camino gives you lessons and teaches you what you need to learn. And for everybody, the path is different. And yesterday I was asked, since I have walked several Caminos, I was asked, what are the lessons that I learned? And my response was, first of all, to follow your own path. Don't follow other people. It's your path. It's your own journey. And everybody's path is different, just like in life. And there is no point to compare yourself to somebody else. Somebody is always going to be stronger, faster, and somebody's life is going to look easier, you know, and we always compare ourselves to other people. For example, we get challenges and others don't. For us it's difficult, and for others it's a piece of cake. We get blisters and other people don't. And that's okay, because life is different for everyone. That's lesson number one. Another lesson would be to enjoy the present moment. And Camino really gives us an amazing opportunity to enjoy the present moment, to slow down when you need to slow down and admire the beauty, because you might never see it again. You have such an opportunity to be connected with nature and with other people. And I've said it several times, we learn to let go of all the attachments to comfort, people, because we meet people along the way that we click with, but then we have to say goodbye. And it is hard, but nothing is yours and nothing is forever in life. all you can do is just to enjoy the real moment, the present moment.
While I was so inspired by the beautiful walk today to reflect on Camino lessons, we've now arrived in the town of Nas Binal. This is an official stage where the majority of pilgrims stayed last night. If you remember, we chose a shorter day and stayed in Finierols because I prefer staying off the main stages, and Nas Binal is a bigger town with bigger albergues, but it feels a bit too commercial for my taste. After walking for a couple of hours, I took a break at a cafe to enjoy a surprising and abundant cheese platter before heading back to the path.
Camino teaches us to listen to yourself, to ourselves, to listen to your body, to listen to your soul. Because when you walk for a long period of time, you kind of let go of all the thoughts, everyday to-day thoughts that are normally occupying your head. They disappear after a few days of walking. And at the beginning, when you start walking, it's like anxiety and excitement and nervousness and a total mix of feelings. But then you kind of let go of all of it. All this garbage is just being taken out, and you have an empty space. And that's when the miracles start happening. That's when you start noticing things. Then that's when you start coming to certain conclusions and having revelations. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to connect with yourself, with your body, listen to your body. Stop when you are tired, not to push through sometimes. Sometimes, yes, you do have to push through and be strong and arrive, but sometimes people don't have a problem with that. They do push and push and push and push, completely neglecting their body. So for them, the lesson would be to stop, to avoid injury, to slow down. And then another thing the Camino gives us is the signs and answers. And it's also probably being in the present moment and noticing those signs and noticing how the Camino talks to us and communicates with us, noticing everything that Camino gives us. Camino provides, but it doesn't have to be necessarily something physical, right? It can be a kind word, it can be an advice, it can be somebody sharing an experience with you, and you can have something important in that message. Just one word could be a sign for you. And I always tell whoever I meet, if you have a question, ask your question, and the Camino will definitely give you an answer. All you have to do is just notice that answer. Pay attention. Pay attention to what happens, and for that, you need to learn to be in the present moment.
And here are some examples of the answers and the signs that you can receive on the Camino. For me, it's hearts. It's my symbol. I see them everywhere, reminding me that I'm on the right path. And sometimes these signs come from others, like messages left behind on rocks, little whispers of encouragement from those who walked before us. Inspired by these messages, I decided to leave my own. I wrote, "The limits are only in your head," a reminder not just for myself, but for anyone who might need it. On the Camino, we all play a part in each other's journeys, even in small, unseen ways.
Ça, c'était pratique. Tu vois?
Today we're passing through the beautiful pastures of Aubrac, walking side by side with the famous Aubrac cows. And I have to admit, it's a bit nerve-wracking being so close to them, especially after hearing stories of cows attacking people. But despite all that, the stunning views make it all worthwhile. The vast open landscapes, rolling hills, and peaceful scenery create a perfect backdrop for today's walk.
town of Aubrac, and from there we still have another 2 good hours to go.
Tu t'es retrouvé au Salvador?
Ouais.
C'était dans quel pays qu'on a pris?
Guinée. Je fais les deux à la fois, moi, tu vois.
Ouais.
J'ai 2 mains, ça rappelle quelque chose.
C'est pas un pays.